joining us.
No, thanks for having me on the program.
Thank you.
The break. Can your business make money from social media? Plus, why people believe our female FNC members are not saying enough. Stay with Dubai One. Welcome back to Emirates 24/7. The rapid growth of social media offers businesses the chance to join a conversation with millions of people around the world each day. A decade ago, an unhappy customer could tell 10 people about their experience. But in the new age of social media, this very customer can inform millions at the click of a button. Murdoch University will be looking at the power of that social media holds in the marketing world in a special Women's Lunchbox event in Dubai tomorrow. I'm now joined by the university's marketing and PR manager, Farhana Raza, to explain why social media is here to stay. Farhana, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Omar. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you for joining us. Now, looking at this idea of business and social media, I know we've heard a lot about the reach of social media, why every business needs to take advantage of this opportunity. But it's been a little bit more difficult to quantify exactly how you see that return on investment in terms of using social media. Can you tell us a little bit about how businesses can see that return, what it actually entails?
Absolutely. I don't think there's actually a set method or a set sort of mix to quantify return on investment on social media. I think we all try and do our best. Speaking from a Murdoch perspective, we tend to look at it as a form of return on influence. And that's basically trying to use the various different social media platforms to engage with our current students, reaching out to our potential students and communicating with them in terms of what's going on at the university, the courses we offer, and then also using these forums to maintain a relationship with our alumni and using the Lunchbox event, going out and reaching out to our wider community. So there's no sort of set way, but different organisations work in a different way. You'll find some organisations are able to measure their return on investment. I think the food and beverage industry, the retail industry in particular, are brilliant at doing that because they can actually tailor campaigns directly for their Facebook fans. And thereby they can actually measure it immediately, which certain organisations like ourselves can't do it immediately, but we're looking for that long-term return on investment and generally looking at it as a way of interacting with our audience at this stage, and then hopefully in the long term, in the future, when students are looking to making those decisions to join university, then they will hopefully be looking for a return on investment for us.
All right, now looking at, I mean, obviously, there may not be an equation to quantify return on investment,
absolutely.
but obviously there is a lot of onus put on a certain number of Facebook fans, Twitter followers, for example. I mean, at what stage does that number become relevant in terms of both looking for advertising for your company, sort of promoting your brand as a company?
Well, the thing is, depending on how many followers you're getting, how many likes you're getting on your Facebook, it is obviously a means of measuring, right, my brand is established, I'm actually reaching out to that many people, these people are clearly interacting with me, the campaigns I'm doing is perfect. At that point, you can then take it to the next level. Once you've got that brand establishment, once you've got that customer engaged, once you've got these people involved, then you can then move on to the next level and say, right, actually now I can pitch my product to them. I don't think it's about the hard sell. Certainly from a university perspective, an academic perspective, we don't feel the need to do it. We know how our students interact with us, how our consumers interact with us. When it comes to that important decision-making time, we know we've actually sold that product for them. It's about using these platforms to gain some brand loyalty. I always see social media as a three-part process. You sort of tell them about your product. You use social media to tell them about them. You then nurture that person once you've got their like, or once they're following you on YouTube, or once they've liked you on different forums. I guess that after a while it's about growing them, getting them involved with you, making sure they know your brand. Once you've got that person in, once you know, look, this is my fan, this person knows everything about it, he follows me everywhere, then I guess you can start pitching your idea to them and you can take it up to the next level. But that's not to say that a social media platform, a Facebook or Twitter or YouTube, can work solely. They're still supplemented by traditional marketing methods. I think it's just another means of communicating a message to them, but you still need to use other ways of actually pitching that idea to them. So I guess you can say it's a way of having lots of different things working together to sell your product more softly, so to speak.
Sure. Now, I want to take up a point in terms of marketing that companies can use. Obviously, social media is ostensibly free for companies in terms of usage, obviously, in terms of things like Facebook, Twitter, as opposed to traditional sort of advertising that you can get through billboards, other promotional campaigns. Do you think we're going to see a shift towards social media as a more primary source of advertising because of the cost benefit that it has?
Well, we all invest time into it. I don't think it's, yes, it's obviously it's slightly cheaper, but you'll find that organizations and marketing departments are shifting their advertising spend towards social media. Now, there's lots of different arguments for it. There are people who just want to follow the trend because it's the way forward. But that's not to say that it's the only way. Traditional methods still exist. Some organizations will still have to find that hard sell. But yes, it's on the growth, particularly in the UAE. I think, judging from my experience, I've worked in the UK, so I guess I see that shift a little bit more. But I think the UAE itself still has a little bit of growth, and I think there is still more potential to make social media an even bigger platform. But I feel like it's still in its growth stage at the moment. There are global brands, obviously, who are established in these kind of things, and they don't obviously need to do that sort of growth stage. For them, it's just a means of investing heavily just to interact. So it's not, again, it comes back to the point of it's not just that return on investment. It might just be about engaging with them on a completely different level. So, sorry, go ahead.
Thank you. No, absolutely, I agree 100%. And just quickly at the end, as we're running a little short of time, tell me about tomorrow's event and what we can expect out of it.
Absolutely. The Women's Lunchbox, just to give you a little bit of background, it's actually something that our home campus does in Perth. And it's debuting for the first time in Dubai. And we are looking at celebrating women because it's a women's lunchbox. And we're basically discussing this trending topic, social media, return on investment. And we're looking to celebrate women. So I guess it falls in nicely with the theme of empowering women in the UAE. And I think there's no better way to kickstart it.
Absolutely. It was definitely something to look forward to. For Hannah, thank you very much for joining us on the show. Pleasure.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me, Mel.
All right. Now, speaking of social media, if you want to keep up with the Emirates 24/7 team, log on to Facebook and check out Emirates 24/7 on Dubai One. And you can also follow me on Twitter at Omar Butti or at Dubai One TV. Now, after the break, Emirates Airlines serves up an ace with a $90 million deal to sponsor the US Open, plus the evolving role of women in the FNC. What they want you to know. Stay with Dubai One.